Hi guys, I just wanted to share with you what I'm going to be using for my blog post this month. It is the Pink Fresh Studios Dream On collection, and I thought I would just do a little flick through. So I have the die cut pack, which has, they are cardstock die cuts, there's no vellum or anything like that. So there's different shapes, there's some of the icons from the collection which are like birds and houses and cameras, some stars. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this collection, to be honest. So I like that camera though. Just got my dish out here that I put on. There's some words. I want to apologise if you can hear any noise in the background. There's people around again. Those pesky people get everywhere, don't they? Being with you is my favourite. Favourite spelled wrong though. But hey ho. Bow ties, triangles, birds, bird on a ball. Everyone needs a bird on a ball. Better than I imagined. You can do amazing things. Rainbows, flowers, YOLO, oh lovely. More rainbows. Live for the moment. Flowers. So as you can see, there's lots of little die cutty bits. I will say this is going to be a bit of a challenge to use this because the colours in this collection are kind of quite primary colours, so I think I might struggle a little bit using some of those, but it's good to challenge ourselves. Okay, next the paper collection. So I have the vellum. This is a rose gold copper vellum, again with all those icons on. So yeah, loving that, and it's a frosted vellum. This is then the collection pack, which is 16 double-sided papers. You get 2 of each. This is one with the large text on, and this diamond print on the back. This is the same as the vellum, but black and white, with the little dots from all the collection, so you get 2 of each. This is the birds on a ball. It's kind of ugly, but I like this side, so that's okay. These houses, interesting. I'm not sure I'd probably use those, but again, I like the B side, which is this green. You've got cut apart ones which are really fab, so I do always like a cut apart. And I also like this blue as well. You've got this, which is kind of like almost like just sketch marks. With this peach. Already done that one. This one, which is just the hashed circles, which is the grey, or this side. Either of those are going to be great for background. And then you've got this, which is a grey with the peach and the navy. It's quite an ugly colour combination when I look at it. And then these little bow ties on the back. So they are the Dream On papers that I am going to be using. So I had that vellum as well to use. And those die cut pieces. So I'm hoping to do, oh look, that looks really freaky where they're, it's making my eyes go weird. There we go, let's line them up. So yeah, I'm hoping to get sort of 2 or 3 layouts done at least using this collection. I think some of them, I think I'm going to have to find something else to mix in with it because I'm not sure how well that would work. Let me, just thinking, I think that some of the Dear Lizzie, so I'm just reaching to the side of me here. Is this Dear Lizzie? Yeah, some of the Dear Lizzie may go with it because it's got that same, I thought it had a rose gold in it. Yeah, so that's kind of quite similar. So actually, I may be able to work some of this collection in with some of it later on as well. So that's something to bear in mind. So thank you very much guys for watching. I will just cut to the first process video, and yeah, see you all again soon. Bye. Hi guys, so I've decided with this collection to go with colour themes. So I'm going to use the vellum for this first piece, and I decided I wanted to add some inks and mists to bring those colours in, but the vellum doesn't hold the inks or any of my ink pad stuff or anything very well. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing the packaging technique. Everyone knows it. It's a bit smooshy. So I'm just going to do this. I'm actually doing this on the back of the front cover of like the paper pack. And as you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my vellum over the top of that. So this is actually going to become much more muted. These are the dilution sprays that I just showed you at the front there. It's like the something lemon, freshly squeezed orange, and some kind of red. Don't use too much of the red because of course it looks like blood drops. And no one wants a layout looking like an episode of Dexter. So I'm just going to smush that down a little bit. I do add a little bit onto the vellum, but it doesn't really stick. And that just brings in a little bit of colour contrast. So I'm going to be using that one square photo. And you can see that I'm having to really kind of rub it in to the vellum just to make sure it kind of sticks. But it's not as movable, and it does kind of wrinkle up a little bit, which I hate, but such is life. So I'm just going to take some of the Nuvo drops as well and smush them into the background. And the Nuvo drops actually stick really well to this vellum. So if you did want to do kind of like an inking misting technique, look at that on vellum, then do use the Nuvo drops because they smush down really well and they have a really nice gloss to them. So as you can see, putting those two over the top there makes that really nice sort of vivid background. So I'm now going to be looking at some other layers to cut up for my photo. And as I said, I'm going to be using the yellows and oranges from this. I decided to mount my photo just up in this peach. Like I said, this collection is interesting. I did struggle a little bit to use it, but actually I decided to concentrate on picking the colours out. So I have sort of done a layout with the oranges, I've done a layout with the blues, and then I want a mixture of all of them. I am going to play with it, but mixing it in with some other collections, but I wanted to see what I could create just using this collection. So I think it'd be much easier if you mixed it in with some of the other collections. So I'm just playing here, mounting up my layers, and then all I'm doing is I'm working my way through the die cuts and picking out all the yellow and orange ones to look at adding them onto the page. At the moment I'm just picking out the colours. I'm not necessarily looking if they're appropriate or not, just so I know what I'm playing with. As you can see on that cut apart sheet, there is lots of different coloured pieces, so I'm going to also look at adding some of those in as well. And I wanted to try and use some of the text pieces from this collection as well. It's quite a text heavy collection. I do find with Pink Fresh Studio that they are kind of quite graphic collections, which is not necessarily my style. I like bold but not necessarily graphic because I'm not a fan of the white space, as you know. So I'm just kind of roughly sort of playing about here with the bits that I pulled out, kind of seeing, yes, how could this work, would it not work? And the wording I'm going to use, which says "dreaming with your eyes open," and I just thought it's quite a nice little thing. I'm just going to write a little bit about some time that we had away together, and just how it's nice spending time together, really. So it's going to be a little bit mushy and a little bit soppy, so I thought that title kind of went with it. So I'm just going to be using cutting out some bits from this cut apart sheet, and again just picking out the yellow and bits, and I'm just going to be using some of these as layering elements as well. The great thing with the paper collection, the 12x12 paper collection, is of course that you get 2 of each of these. So I really like that blue on the back, but I know I have another piece, so that kind of doesn't make me feel too bad about cutting into this. So by this piece should have dried, and then I'm actually just going to use a little bit of my, having a few issues here with my ATG getting gummed up, but what I'm going to do is actually just put a little bit of ATG in each of the corners, and it doesn't actually show too much through the frosted vellum, and I'm just going to stick that over that white piece. I do end up then gluing around the edge as well. I wanted it to kind of have that layered look to it, where I'd put it over the top, but it did make it a bit difficult to photograph as well, so in real life you can kind of see those layers of the colour a little bit better. So here I'm going to play about if I want it on a jaunty angle or not. I think I end up going deciding not for the jaunty angle, so I do end up sticking that down. And so I'm just going to be mounting that photo there over this piece of paper. I did want to do a little bit of journaling on here, and I didn't think about it at the time, that I'm not going to be able to journal on the vellum very well. So I think I'm going to have to come back in and just add a tag, or even on the back of the layout somewhere. Kind of forgot about that, even though I knew I wanted to do some journaling on here. There is space to do some journaling, so it's not too much of a problem. But yeah, didn't really have much planning there. So I'm just building up these layers. I'm just keeping it pretty simple. I like all these little pieces. As I said, there's lots of text, so I'm kind of trying to include those in and round. I am using my wet glue when I'm sticking things down to the vellum, because I know that it's not going to move about too much then. So I'm kind of like happy where things are going, and I'm now just looking at adding in a few more little layers here, and then I'm going to place some of those hearts around as well, which of course echoes some of the hearts in the background as well. Everything has a white border on it, so it does make the layers stand out quite well as well, and so I've put that camera on there because I do love a camera on layouts. So I'm now just going to kind of fidget around and go, no, I think that's all I want to put on here. And it's actually a pretty simple layout for me, but I think I really want to let that vellum sort of do all the talking. And I said, because it's a lovely coppery rose coloured vellum, it just makes, you know, everything pop. And again, I found that a little bit hard to photograph. I will put the photographs at the end, but also do pop over to the blog as well, because you'll be able to see the rest of those photos as well. So you can kind of see at the bottom where the light's catching it. So I'm just using some little glue dots just to pop this down, and I'm just going to pop that title down. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. As I said, it's pretty simple for me, but I decided I really just like the play of colours and the layers there. So just using my wet glue to stick those edges down, and then I'm going to call it a day. So do pop over to a blog where you'll be able to see this and the other two layouts that I made. I will be back later on in the week with the other layouts. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye!